Okay, so question 8 here is looking at the Cartesian plane again and plotting points A, B, and C. So draw the x and y axis from -2 to 4. So anytime I'm asked to do something like this, I'd always do a quick sketch just so I can see what they're asking me to do. So I need to go from -2 to 4 and from -2 to 4. This is the x-axis, this is the y points up to the sky. So y-axis and x-axis. Okay. Now, the reason why I draw that is just so I can visualize what's happening here. So I can see here there's 6 boxes. There's going to be 6 units between 4 and -2. So there'll be 4 going as far as here, and then there'll be 2 more down here. So that's 6 in total. Okay. So I'm going to have to draw a line that's 6 long, but I need to be able to see how far this is, and this one here is also 6. So if I started by drawing my y-axis here, then my x-axis wouldn't fit on the page because my -2 will be back here. So it's important that you visualize or that you have an understanding of what it looks like before you do it. So in this case, just so you can see, if I'm coming back to -2, I'm going to want -2 to be there, right? So -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So if I was to start here, I know I'd have more than enough room, right? So I can start anywhere along here. Okay. The next thing that we need to visualize is the height of it. So I know I'm going to start in this line. So just draw, just to keep people, I'm going to start on that line. Okay, the next thing that I need to understand is how it's going to fit in terms of the height. So if I started, say, if I had -4, we'll say here. If I had if I had +4 here, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2. So if I start here, I'll fit it all perfectly on the screen, right? So I'm going to start here with 4. So I put 4 in here. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 obviously is going to be there. So -1 is going to be next. And then -2. Okay. So that's my y-axis. So I'll just put in my y-axis there. And we'll go from here. Okay, so that's the y-axis done there. The x-axis is going to go from 1, 2, 3, 4, and obviously -1 and -2. So we just put that axis in there. Okay, so we can put in our arrows. So we put in the arrows there to say that continues on that way, continues down that way, continues across this way. So I could put in 4, 5 there if I wanted to. And this one is going to continue on that way. And obviously label your axis so you know which one is x and which one is y. So in this case, the x-axis is going across here, and the y-axis is pointing up to the sky. Okay, so plot the points 3, 2, 3, -1, -1, -1. So at this stage, to be perfectly honest, this stage, drawing out the Cartesian plane or drawing out the coordinate grid is the most difficult part. Plotting the points is actually quite easy. So the challenge here is to be able to draw this out and make that fit nice and neatly into your copybooks. Okay. But plotting the points 3, 2 should be easy. So let's go to 3, 2. We'll put them in right. So 3 and go up 2. So if we go to 3 and we go up 2, we're looking at this point here. So 3, 2 should be here. So we'll just put that in. And we'll label that A. B is 3, -1. So 3 and -1. So go to 3, go down 1. So that brings us to here. So we can put that point in there. And that will be point B. Okay. The next one there is C, which is -1, -1. So -1 on my x-axis. Negative 1 on my x-axis is here. Minus 1 on my y-axis is here. So I can put that point in there. That we're saying is C. And again, if they asked us something here about, so plot the points, we've plotted them. Point A, B, and C are 3 corners of a rectangle. Point D is the 4th corner of the rectangle. Plot point D on your diagram. Okay, so needless to say, if I put D over here, it would make no sense. If I put D over here, it would make no sense. If I put D, we'll say here, it would make no sense. If I put D there, it'll start to make more sense, beginning to look like a rectangle. If I put D, we'll say here, it looks small bit like a rectangle, but it's not really. If I put D there, we're getting closer to a rectangle. Obviously, to make a rectangle, I need to put D here. Okay, so it has to have the same x value and the same y value. Okay, so that's going to be D, and we'll plot that as D. Okay, plot point D in your coordinate grid, plot point D in your diagram. What are the coordinates of point D? So the coordinates of point D, and we'll just write that down here. Point D is going to be negative 1 is my x value, and my y value is 2. Okay, so that's that answer there. Well, the coordinates of point D, and there's the coordinates there. Okay, so we're just going to look there at question 9, and here it says look for a pattern in these coordinates, use the pattern to find the missing coordinate. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to plot these here, because if we can plot them, then we can see it, and it's easier. It's good practice for you to start plotting these. Okay, so the hardest part, or the biggest challenge in these questions, is deciding how you put your coordinate grid. So do you draw your x and y axis like this and leave a small bit of room at this side and a large bit of room at this side? Or do you draw your x and y axis like this and leave very little room at this side and a lot of room at this side? Or do you draw your x and y axis like this? So that's the challenge. The challenge here is knowing how you draw your x and y axis. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at these questions now, and we'll decide how we're going to draw them now. So look for the largest numbers. So the largest numbers I can see are 9 and 8. Okay, so that would suggest that the x-axis goes up 9 and goes down 8, or goes up 8. So if I was to draw that, the x-axis would have to go to 9, the y-axis would have to go to 8. We then look at the next smallest numbers, and the smallest numbers there that I can see are minus 6 and 3. So the x-axis will have to go to minus 6, and the y-axis will have to go to minus 3. Okay, so that helps us to visualize it. So that would suggest that our axes need to look kind of like this, we could say, where we've got more room on this side. Let me just pull that down. It could even go like that. So we've got more room on this side, and we've got more room on this side, but we still have a small bit of room on this side, and we've enough room on this side here to fill that in. Okay, so now we'll look at plotting it. Okay, so what we'll do there, I just changed the grid paper there because it wouldn't have fitted on the last one. So here we can see what I need to do is I need to come in 6, right? So what I'm trying to find now is I'm trying to find where I'm going to place my y-axis. So in order to place my y-axis, I need to come in 6 and find out whereabouts my y-axis. Is it going to be here? Is it going to be here? Is it going to be here? I need to decide where it's going to be. So decide where it's going to be. I'll just assume that I'm going to start here, right? If I was to come in 6, I'd come in 1. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So I'm expecting my y-axis to run along this line here. Okay, so to run along that line there. So I'm just going to put a little dot there so that I know. I'm expecting my y-axis to be on that line there. Okay, next thing that I need to decide is how high it's going to be, right? So In this case, it's 8 high. So I know it's going to be somewhere along, I know it's going to be somewhere along this line here, but I need to know where the origin starts. So if I said 8 was here, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So that would tell me there that the origin is going to be here. Okay, so from that it makes things very easy. So let's just fill in the information. So what I'm going to have is I'm going to have the number 1 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so that's how far it goes up. Just to keep that tidy, I'm just going to tie that up here again. So that should be 1, and obviously 0 will be here. So I'm going to go down -1, -2, and -3. Okay, so that's my y-axis drawn. I now need to fill in my x-axis, and my x-axis has to go across 9. So I'm going to start there by saying 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And I need to go back 6. So I'm going to go back -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and -6. So that's my axis drawn. Now I just need to, now I just need to put in the axis. So I'll just draw those lines in there, starting at there, and obviously going across from here to here as well. So if we're going to go from there the whole way across, and we'll just make sure they line up. So all of this is to do with accuracy, so just make sure you're keeping everything nice and neat and tidy and accurate. Okay, so we get out of that there, and we can just put in then, what we can put in is that this will continue on, this will continue on, this will continue on, and this will continue on. And we can label our axis. Our y-axis goes up the sky, and our x-axis goes across. So that's the hard work done. The next bit's easy, right? So the next bit is just plotting your points. And like we've said before, like we've done before, plotting the points is easy. The only thing that you need to remember is that your x value comes first and your y value comes second. So x always comes first, y always comes second. So we'll start off there with question 1. So question 1 says to plot these points here and then find out what the pattern is that follows. Okay, so 3, 5 is the first one. So for question 1, I'll do all of question 1 in red. Okay, so we'll just put a key there so that you know. So question 1 is going to be in red, and we'll do part 1 in red. So part 1 is going to be in red. Okay, so 3, 5 is going to be 3 on your x-axis, 5 on your y-axis. So 3, 5 is going to be there. So I'm going to put that in. 5, 6 is going to be next. So 5 on my x-axis, 6 on my y-axis. Okay. And the third one there is 7, 7. So I go back in and put in 7, 7. So I got 7 on your x-axis, 7 on your y-axis. 5, 6. Oh, sorry, there's a mistake there. That shouldn't be there. That should be over 1. So 5, 6 is actually up 5, or go to 5 and go up 6. So 5, 6 is actually here, so we just have to fill that one in. 5, 6. The next one there was 7, 7, which was here. So the next one there that follows is 9, 8. So if I went to 9, 8, you can see 9, 8 is going to be here. So the next one that I expect is going to be my x value. You can see your x value there is going from 3 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 to 9. So the next x value I would expect would be 11, because the x value is increasing by 2 each time. The y value went from 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8. So I expect this to go to 9. Okay. The next coordinate there, you can see the x value went from 3 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 to 9, 9 to 11. It's going to go from 11 to 13 because it's been increased by 2 each time. And the y values are going up by 1 each time, so I'm expecting that to be 10. Okay, we'll label part 2 next, okay? And part 2 is in green. And we'll just go in there, plot those coordinates. So again, the whole exercise here is just about being able to draw the coordinate grid and being able to plot the coordinates. Okay, so the challenging part was drawing this out. At this stage, you should have that done. It takes a bit of practice. When you first start drawing these, it does take a bit of practice, but you will get there with practice, right? So the first part there is 3, 0. So we'll go to 3 and we'll go to 0, which ends up being there. So we'll go to 3, 0, which is here. We'll go to 5, 2. 5, 2 is the next one. So go to 5, go up 2. So 5, 2 is going to be here. We'll go to 7, 4. So go to 7 and go up 4. So 7, 4, go to 7, go up 4, which is going to be here. Okay. And the next one there is 9, 6. So 9, 6. So go to 9 and go up 6. And you can see there that seems to be increasing each time. So the next one that I would expect would be somewhere up here. And if I was to guess what that was, well, not guess, but I can see there that will form a straight line. So if I was to the next one there, I expect it to be 9, 10, 11. So I expect it to be 11 and 8. So 11 and 8 I'll be putting in here. And you can see how they're increasing. So my x value is going from 3 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 to 9, 9 to 11. So it's increasing by 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. 11 plus 2 is 13. Okay. And the y value there, the y value is going from 0 to 2. So it's going plus 2. It's going from 2 to 4, which is plus 2. It's going from 4 to 6, which is plus 2. So the y value there is going to be 8 plus 2, which is 10. Okay, next one there that we're going to do. So the next one we're going to do is going to be in blue. So we'll do part 3 in blue. Okay, so 4, 6, go to 4 and go up 6. 4 and up 6, so that's going to be there. Go to 5 and go up 4. 5 and up 4, it's going to be there. Go to 6 and up 2. 6 and up 2 is here. And you can already see how that's going, right? So we'll just show you there that we can see how that pattern is going to work. So it seems to be going like this, you could say. It seems to be going like that. So I would expect the next one to be here, which is 7, 0. 7, 0, so that's correct. The next one to be here, which is 8 and minus 2. So 8 and minus 2. And the next one after that to be just down here a little bit further. So we can see that there that the next one is going to be 9, and that would be negative 4. 9 and minus 4. Again, we can check that by looking at our x values. This went from 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9. So I know that's correct. This went from 6, take away 2 to 4, 4, take away 2 to 2, 2, take away 2 to 0, 0 take away 2 to minus 2, minus 2 take away 2 to minus 4. Okay, we get the last one done there, and then we're more or less done. So with the last one, and I'll put the last one in a different color again. I'll put the last one in pink. Okay, so the last one, 0 and 6. So I go to 0 and go up 6. Okay, so that's 0 and 6. So 0 and 6 is there. Okay, the next one is minus 2 and 3. So go to minus 2 and go up 3, which is going to be here. Go to negative 4 and 0, negative 4 and up or down, no way. So just there. So negative 4 and 0. And we'll go to negative 6 and negative 3. So negative 6 and negative 3 is going to be here. So I need to find the next one that follows there. And we can see there that's also forming a linear pattern. So that seems to be going from here straight through all of these up there. So you can see if that's a linear pattern again. Now, you won't know much about linear patterns at this stage, but you will know about them when we get on to junior cert work, because then when we get into second year and third year. So you can see that that's forming a straight line. So what we'll do is we will look for the next point. So the next point there, if we just have a look, see what's happening with our x values. Our x value went from 0 to minus 2, minus 2 to minus 4, minus 4 to minus 6. So I can see it's decreasing each time by negative 2. So it's going to go from negative 2, or sorry, from negative 6 to negative 8. Okay, so I'm just going to put in my negative 8 there. Negative 8. My y value is going from 6 to 3 because I'm taking away 3. 6 to 3, take away 3. 3 take away 3 is 0. 0 take away 3 is minus 3. Minus 3 take away 3 is minus 6. Similarly with my next coordinate, it went from 0 to minus 2. Minus 2 take away 2 is minus 4. Minus 4 take away 2 is minus 6. Minus 6 take away 2 is minus 8. Minus 8 take away 2 is minus 10. So I put in my minus 10 there. And my y value went 6 take away 3 to minus, or 6 take away 3 to 3. 3 take away 3 to 0. 0 take away 3 to minus 3. Minus 3 take away 3 to minus 6. Minus 6 take away 3 to minus 9. Okay, and then that would be that question complete.